This tutorial is designed to help you use some of the worksheets that you'll find in your lab manual. The goal of each of the physics labs is usually to predict some type of quantity and then test that prediction. We don't actually care that you fill out each and every one of the worksheets. The worksheets are intended as tools for you to use to solve for whatever thing that you're trying to predict. So let's imagine that you and a friend are driving somewhere in a car. Here's my poorly drawn car that you and your friend are riding in. They're driving and you've got shotgun. Your friend is really ready to stop. However, you're out in the middle of nowhere and notice that the nearest stop is listed as 57 miles away. Your friend knows that you took physics and says, "Hey, how long until we get there?" Your friend has asked you for a prediction. They're asking you to predict a time. The goal of these labs is for you to be able to solve for predictions using measurements. So you think, I've done physics, I can solve for this. I'm going to use this 57 miles, and I'm going to use the speed of the car, which looks like it's roughly 70 miles per hour, to figure out just how long this will take. You know that distance divided by time equals a rate, equals in this case a speed. So you rearrange these and know that the time is just going to be the distance divided by the velocity. Alright, so you have the distance, you know that's 57 miles, and you've got a rough estimate of the velocity. You asked your friend, how fast are you going? And they said, I'm going about 70 miles an hour. So you plug in 70 miles an hour, and that gives you a time and a fraction of an hour. You just have to pull out your calculator, and your calculator gives you a value of 0.814 hours, which you know you can multiply by 60, the number of minutes in an hour, to get 48.85 minutes. So you confidently tell your friend, it's going to be 48.85 minutes. I did physics. I know what I'm doing. So your friend goes, okay, and looks at the clock, subtracts off the time from when you guys first saw the sign, and waits. You guys drive and you wait and arrive promptly 51 minutes after you saw the sign. Your friend thinks you're wrong. Your friend thinks you don't know how to do math or physics or use a calculator, something. But you know you did all that right. You couldn't find any mistakes in your work. You trust physics. You trust math. So what went wrong? This is where physics lab experience comes in handy. Before we go questioning all of math and physics and our ability to use a calculator, we should really question the numbers that we were given. Because you know that it wasn't exactly 70 miles per hour, and it probably wasn't exactly 57 miles. If both of those original numbers, the distance and the velocity, could be off by some amount, and that would mean that the time that we predicted would also be off. So even if we don't get exactly 48.85 minutes, we could still be right. Physics could still be right, math is still right, we're still right, if we're still predicting within the range of times that are allowable, the range of times that would be created by propagating the uncertainty in our measurements through.